Start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2. To speak to customers.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Kill it. Kill it. Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Freedom Friday on the Tim Black at Night Show. Everybody's welcome. Thank you for being here. Give it up for yourselves. Tonight's going to be a great show, guys. Got a lot to talk about. I'm sure you got a lot of calls to make. I know you got a lot to talk about, too. Happy belated Killing of Indigenous People Day. Falsehood to the masses. And Eat Pretty Good Day, too. Hey, that's what it was. That's what it was. But it's hard to fight back against all the BS out there and kind of keep it real about our history or what have you. So anyway, I'm very glad to have you guys here tonight. I got Periscope in the house. I got YouTube in the house. I have Facebook in the house. And, yeah. But you know what I would like to do? I would like to start this show off tonight a little different. Bam. Bam. With this. Automatically. See, this is a great idea from a great friend who approached me, and they told me what they were doing, and I got excited about it. And I think it's something that you will also be excited about. Automatically make a tax-deductible donation to charities like the ACLU, the Southern Poverty Law Center, every time. Hold up, hang on. Wait for it. Every time Donald Trump tweets. Woo-hoo. That's right. Every time Trump tweets with Chirp Change, go to chirpchange.io and donate as little as 2 cents per tweet. I've tested it, and it's hot. You got to do it, guys. You got to do it. Where am I at? Come back to me. Come back to Jamaica. So that's it, guys. Go to chirpchange.io. And look, it's automatic. It's tax deductible. And every time, because you're tired of the Trump tweets, right? Well, every time he tweets, let's give one up for charity, man. You pick the charity. All right. So, yeah, don't I have the best sponsors working with me, man? That's what I'm talking about, man. All right, guys, so you know what time it is. I need some therapy because I've been in a bad mood lately, and I think this will do it for me. Hang tight while I meet you on the other side. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black. Yeah. All right. I hope you can see me well. Hope you can see me out there. Hope you know I'm out here. Hope you can hear me. The settings were right. I just gotta have faith. that it's working? Yes, 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 yes. Let's just jump right into it, guys, because we don't have a lot of time to wait around. The elephant in the room, the elephant in the room is Jordan Sheridan. That's right. If you've been like on the internet, if you surf the web, you realize that's the elephant in the room, guys. It is. It's in the room, and that elephant's been taking a dump all over the internet. A nice, thick dump. Hope no one's eating right now. I'm serious. This is like... All right, so here's the thing. So people, okay, so let me be courteous to those people who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, nor do they know who Jordan Sheridan is. There are some people who don't know. Jordan Sheridan used to be a reporter, an investigative reporter for TYT. Okay? And there's some allegations made about Jordan Sheridan of sexual misconduct. This is not funny. But here's the thing. I interviewed one of the accusers. And I've been catching a lot of heat for it because people are like, what are you doing talking to a woman who's accusing a man of doing something to her? They're like, what are you doing, Tim? You're betraying manliness. You're betraying a brother, man. Don't you know that could happen to you, man? Like, whatever, dude. Look. I don't know what you've been smoking, but I know this. You don't put yourself in bad situations, man. I'm a black man from D.C. who had to work around all types of women. Like, you don't understand. Government contracting is what I used to do. There'd be women everywhere. It'd be raining women. It would be, you know what? Let me go back to when I worked for Verizon. There were lots of women who worked for the phone company. It's like the thing to do. And I was an IT guy. Excuse me, ma'am, can I have your seat? Can I sit here? Let me get that. Let me get in there and fix that computer thing. You know how many times I was hit on? You know how many times I had to deal with women? You know how many women were trying to deal with me? But you know what you don't do? You don't take the bait, and you don't. And if you do go after a woman, and you do hit on her or whatever, you already know. That it could go bad for you. But for some reason, guys, we have these people that are oblivious. Listen, man, where I come from, you don't need to use your job. You don't need to use your car. You just need to use this. This right here. Talk to the lady. So I don't regret interviewing Carly Hammond. What I regret are the men who are stuck in an age long ago that never should have existed, where it's okay. It's okay to pretend that it's okay. Or it's okay that we act like barbarians. Look, if you get caught up, that's on you. You shouldn't get caught up, all right? So that's not funny, but it's my take on that situation. And if a woman asks me to give her the opportunity to speak her truth, if she's lying, it helps you, dummy. It helps you if she's lying because she's on the record. The fact that you're upset that I let her talk means she wasn't lying. That's how we look at it. I'm not saying she's telling the truth or not. I don't know. There's no lie detector on a virtual freaking interview, man. This motherfucker, man. But instead, what he wants to do, he want to act like I'm part of a conspiracy. Oh, Tim Blacks, he's just conspiring against me. He's trying to destroy me. He won't bring me down, y'all. Motherfucker, I don't want to bring you down. I want to bring us up. How about that? You know, I could blame the world for stuff that I do. I could. Sometimes I do. But you know what I don't do? I don't put out a press release to do it. No, I don't. I don't put out a press release and threaten mofos to cover my ass. Nope, don't do that. If I want to cover my ass, I put on jeans. I don't throw people under the bus. Give it up for that. Please give it up for that. I think that's pretty good. Just came up with it. Yeah, go Tim, are you going to talk about it? You're damn right I'm going to talk about it. People are impugning my character. You know, here goes a rule. Don't tell me you are progressive if the moment a woman opens her mouth about sexual misconduct or assault or rape or whatever she's calling it, and you go, that shit can't be true, dog. That ain't true. That ain't true. Man, forget that, man. That ain't true. Y'all the main ones. Always talking about feminism, women's rights, marching and shit. We will over. And it's mostly women. That's the thing about it. We will overcome. Yeah, Do women have a word for women who don't, like, even listen to women, hear them out when they make allegations? See, blacks got a word for it. It's called coon. Coon. We need a word for women that do that shit. Because there's a lot of them. If someone makes an accusation against you, of course, that's a damning thing. That's a terrible, terrible thing. Right? Terrible thing. And I'm not here to support anybody being falsely accused of anything. And I'm aware that there have been people who have been falsely accused and had their lives ruined. But I have no way of knowing if somebody's false. But I do have a way of reading documents and reading your Medium post or your articles and your press releases. And if you ever have a problem with me and you have my phone number and you don't use it, you know, if you can't text me, then if I go public, you can't say shit. That's right. You went public. Well, I'm going public. I'm going public as my pubics. That don't make sense. All right. You know, I want to, like, I thought I've been informed, Tim, you're crazy because there is no community. There's no such thing as a progressive community, change community, movement community, because if there was a real movement community and change community, that people wouldn't act this way. They wouldn't act like, like this impossible for women to speak up. And you put me in a bad position because, I want to support men's rights, but I got to support women's rights. How about we just support human beings' rights? How about we do that shit? How about we not pick sides? We hear the story, and then you say, well, okay, I heard the story. But just to automatically dismiss people and automatically trash them and bash them, that's not the thing to do. It's not the thing to do. Don't put yourself in a situation. Don't overuse your power. Don't abuse your power. Don't sleep with people who work for you, dumbass. How? Motherfucker, if you say you're going to sue me, I might as well just say it. How the hell are you going to sleep with people that work for you? Come on, y'all. How the hell? And then if something go wrong or they get pissed off, or even if I believe you, why do you do that? And then go, I can't believe it. Oh shit. Oh no, somebody's accusing me. You did it. You slept with him. Why? There are women everywhere. Why would you sleep with somebody you have authority over? And then when you get called out for it, you want to blame Tim Black. You want to blame Nico House. You want to blame The Intercept. You want to blame, and I can't believe I'm saying this. You want to blame TYT? Motherfucker, really? Really? That's what we doing? We take no responsibility. That's what we doing? That's what we doing? That's what we do. That's how we doing? That's what we doing? That's what we doing? Whatever. Look, I'm not here, and I've never said whether I believe or disbelieve or who's right or who's wrong. I haven't said that, but I'll say this. Nobody can drive you off the cliff unless you get their ass the keys. Give it up for that. Yeah, I know if they steal the car and you in it, you in the trunk, it's different. I'm talking about you in the car with them. Come on, work with me, man. Sounded good when it came out. Speaking of things sounding good when it came out, I want people to know, like, I made comments about LeVar Ball, right? I made comments about LeVar Ball. You know, because I felt Trump was picking on him. I felt like Trump was picking on him, and that Trump was doing what Trump do, which is using him as a marketing instrument to reach the masses. Because he's so good at it. He's so good at it. Trump is a master marketer. Why the hell you think you know who his name? Why do you think his name has changed from Drump to Trump? Because he's a master marketer. He knew nobody was going to want to stay in the Drump hotel, except fairies and, real fairies, the leprechauns. But no one would be excited about the Drump hotel. So he changed his name. He's been a marketing genius for the last 40 years. So when he went at LeVar Ball, I said, I look at this. It's Trump again doing that same shit he do, which is use someone unnecessarily in order to get where he is. Right? But then I watched LeVar Ball on CNN. And I'm just going to tell y'all in the best way I know how. LeVar Ball is one of the most ignorant motherfuckers I've seen in an interview on a network ever. Look, man, I was wrong, man. Yes, Trump is lying. He's using this person, but LeVar wants to be used. He's like, use me. Come on, man. I tried to support him because he's a small businessman. He's trying to grow his brand. You know, he's trying to build something, and I respect the hell out of that. More people need to build something. We got to build something. Look at the economy. Come on, y'all. Come on. He was going up against the marketer in chief, the brander in chief, Donald Trump. And he was holding his own, like, you know what I'm saying? He was doing it. But the explanations why he wouldn't give Trump credit, I know y'all want to be pro-black. I know, man. I know. Me too. I want to be pro-black. Can't even say it. I want to be, man. Excuse me. I want to. Oh, man, what is that? I want to be pro-black, y'all. I do. But I can't be pro-stupid just because I want to be pro-black. You feel me? Can't just be, an idiot. So I wanted to support LeVar Ball because I like rooting for the underdog. But he should have had a game plan. LeVar Ball did not have a game plan when he was on CNN. It looked horrible. He said things that didn't make sense. Oh, look, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris, man. Oh, whatever, Chris. I try to tell you, I would thank him. I mean, look. I would thank him, but I don't know what I'd be thanking him for. Well, he got your son out of China. Well, did he do that? Did he do that? Yes, he got your son out of your son. Is your son in China? No, he's not. But he didn't fly him back on the plane. Like, well, he talked to the president of China, man, and got him out. So, it wasn't just him. I was talking to my friends, man. I talked to my friends in China because I got a lot of friends in China, and I talked to them, and they got it. They. Are you saying your friends got him out? No, I'm not saying my friends got him out. Nigga, what you saying, man? I've been raising him all his life. Trump come in 1 minute, do something. He can't get no credit. I ain't giving no credit. Get out of my face, man. Get out of my face. I'm trying to tell y'all from the point of view of a person who wanted to support it. I wanted to support LeVar Ball, man. I wanted to. And I do. In a way, I support you. I support the fact that LeVar Ball has increased his brand awareness. He went up, they said he got like $13 million worth of free ad. This is bad, y'all. I'm coming down with a cold, as you can see. Free ad revenue from the Donald Trump interview on CNN with Chris Cuomo. But I don't know if you want to make Trump your enemy, man, if you can avoid it. I don't know. He's not a good person to be enemy with. I don't think so. He's petty as hell, and he won't stop. He won't. Speaking of not stopping, guys. Speaking of not stopping, there's another thing that bothers me. Her name Malia. Sasha Malia. Yeah. There's a picture of picture of Malia. And she's smoking something in college. She's in Harvard, right? And she's smoking something, and this has become big news. And I'm trying to figure out why the hell is it big news. People smoke sometimes. And I'm like looking at this and like making this big deal. Like, oh, she blew smoke rings. What is this how it's gonna be, man? We just gonna follow these kids throughout the rest of life, everything they do. Oh, just in. Sasha got a B on a test. What does this say about Obama and Michelle's raising of the first black family? Are they human? Human? I don't know. Now, I was wondering when Trump was going to tweet about Malia, about Malia smoking a cigarette or whatever that was. She could have been vaping. I don't know what she's doing. What I know is our media is so disingenuous, it's horrific. While they're talking about Malia, did she smoke a cigarette? Did she smoke weed? Did she smoke vape? What she do? Why they doing that shit? I was reading that there are people being sold like this here mic stand. People being sold as slaves in Libya right now. Right now. And what can they talk about on the news? They're talking about Malia. Did she blow a smoke ring? They're talking about Trump. Did Trump pull one over on LeVar Ball? Did LeVar Ball pull one over on Trump? And they're selling people, motherfucker. Human beings are being sold. Now, not that shit. Not that fake slavery we talk about when we hate our jobs. You heard people. You heard them. Oh, man, I got to go to work again today. It's like I'm a slave. That mofo work at Pepco, the electric company. You get a check, man. You get a paycheck. You may not like the paycheck, but dude, it's a paycheck. You are getting a paycheck. You get a vacation. You get I don't know. You get sick leave. You got a uniform. You know what? And millennials do a lot of this shit too. Millennials do it a lot. We're all slaves to the man. We're all slaves to the man. You know what? The next time one of you soft-ass millennials talk about you a slave, about 400-500 Libyans need to run in your house and slap the shit out you. Just pay out. Pay out. Pay out. That's what need to happen. And then throw a dictionary down with the word slave circled and make you recite it. And every time you finish reading the definition, just hit you in the back of the head. Pakaka. 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 So disrespectful. So disrespectful. Yeah. I heard Hillary Clinton may be running in 2020. You think I'm lying. Hillary Clinton may be running in 2020. Salon did an article. H.A. Goodman did a video on it. And I was trying to lighten my mood because I was pissed. Can you believe that these dumbass Democrats think that's a good move? Running Hillary Clinton again for the third time would be like me making love to this printer. Me making love to the printer. Getting stuck in the printer. Having the fire department come, the rescue team come to the house, to excavate me from the printer. Me being damaged, out of service for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And then me coming right back down here and making love to the printer again. The Democrats running Hillary Clinton for the third time would be like, I don't know. Whew. I don't know. A woman opening the car door, a van door, van door, open the van door and pulling her boobie out, sticking it in the door jamb and going, let's see what happens. Bam! The medics coming, reattach the boob. It healing over. Healing over. Time, physical therapy, the whole thing. And then her walking up and seeing that door and going, what the hell? Bam! It's probably not a joke. I didn't think that joke out because I have man boobs. And I kind of made it obvious. I wasn't thinking, man, look, I paid the cost to be the boss. Paid the cost, man. What else I got? Oh, Ben Shapiro is a hero. Ben Shapiro is a hero. Did you hear that? He's a hero. They wrote an article about this guy in the New York Times, wasn't it? How great Ben Shapiro is. The great Ben Shapiro. Oh, Ben Shapiro, he's the voice of a new generation. He's a voice of conservatives. He is a voice for the people. Ben Shapiro. There he is. Ben, exciting and new. There he is. A special Jew. He's conservative too. He's short as hell too. He speaks hate, but he's conservative too. Ooh. Fuck I'm going to get one off. Fuck Ben Shapiro. Get up for that. You know, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed with Ben Shapiro. Not impressed with him. He got old-ass talking points. Old-ass talking points. Well, we should keep all guns legal, and we should all have the ability to carry a gun under firearm if we want to carry a gun under firearm. If you have a firearm and kind of carry a gun, and the Democratic Party, identity politics. Like, motherfucker, do you believe anything you say? I don't think you believe you. People that believe themselves don't talk that fast. He's just a new school, old school pimp. Pimping the conservatives. Go ahead, Ben. Over there with Lee Stranahan and Breitbart. I see you, Lee. No, man, I'm look, man, but I'm not one of these people who says he shouldn't be able to talk. If people will pay him to come out and talk, well, have at it, motherfucker. But that doesn't mean that I respect him nor think he's exceptional. I've met dudes like Ben my whole life. They've been my supervisors, my managers. These guys, man, they just didn't say what they were thinking. Ben Shapiro says what he's thinking. But that doesn't mean I like it. No, it doesn't mean I like it that you're outwardly racist. No. I'm not one of these dumb. There's some dumb people that go, well, I'm glad you're not hiding. I want my racism up in front. Yeah, you say that, and I've said it too. I was stupid. I said it too. Nah, you really want people to hide that type shit. You do. You do. You want them to hide it. You don't. You don't want to walk down the street. You just hear people going, N-word. I can't believe I said N-word. You don't want people yelling out racial shit at you all day. Well, I'm glad you said it. N-word. All right. Show that. N-word. All right. Nobody wants that. We want a world where if you hate people, if you hate a group of people, or if you think they're beneath you, or you think they're stupid, or whatever you think, just keep it to yourself. Oh, no, Tim, that's not political. That political correctness is the destruction of the country. You know, no, I like jokes. I like jokes that are politically incorrect. I don't like people yelling obscenities to start riots. See, Ben is 5'4". I'm 6 feet and a half inches tall. See, he'll say something, and it'll be like, you know, well, I think that the black people, they need to get their stuff together. And why is there so many black people have children out of wedlock, or why are they in jail so often? And what is the real cause of all of this? And I will agree that racism was a problem back in the 30s, but there is no longer a problem. Statistically speaking, a black person has just as much opportunity as a white person. And, blah, 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 blah. And why he's saying all that? His mouth doing that? It take everything in me not to just, see, you can't. And that's why if he get to say whatever he wants to say, whatever it is, you are inviting. And I don't support violence. But if he get to say the most flagrantly vulgar, most disparaging comments all out of context. Well, where's the black people and the black family? Well, they in jail, mofo. Why they in jail? They shouldn't do crime. They're in jail for doing the same amount of crime you do. You just don't get pulled over, man. You know this. See, Ben, you know. This stand is probably a little bit too tall to resemble him. But no, man, we can't be violent. Don't be violent, man. Don't be violent. I'm just tired of people telling me that these people are heroes. Heroes used to be people that stuck up, for this, like Martin Luther King was a hero. People that stood up for everybody. People that brought people together. Not people that kept us divided and separate. Not people that spew hate. Not people that make you just want to just punch them. Like no, heroes spread love, man. They speak up for disenfranchised. They don't use your disenfranchisement against you to make themselves famous while you stay the way you were. No, it's about movements that bring people together, man. That's a hero to me. So we're all fallible. We're all, we're all learning. We're all just trying to get by. But I think we're gonna have to do away with some of the haters, man. That's what we're gonna have to do. That's it. Either that, or we all need to piss off Donald Trump and get him to retweet us like he did LeVar Ball, because that brother is about to make a whole lot of money. Whether you like it or not, somebody going to buy them shoes. Somebody going to buy them. I ain't going to buy them. I ain't balling like that, but somebody going to buy them shoes. He going to sell more shoes now because he's a marketer, just like Bishop Shapiro, just like Donald Trump. Yeah, I think we'll end it there. Thank you for tuning in. And now we go to Freedom Friday phone calls, ladies and gentlemen. Freedom Friday phone calls. Phone number will be on the screen. Please call up. Get your 5 minutes in. Whatever topic you want it to be. I'm sure you got some topics in mind. And I'll see you on the other side.
Tim Black. Tim Black.
All right.
Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
This show is brought to you by my friends over at Chirp Change. Chirp Change. Now, look, this is how it works, guys. If you go over there, what you do is you sign up and automatically a tax-deductible donation to charities that you care about. That's charities that you pick. They got a list. You pick your charity, whether it be the ACLU, the Southern Poverty Law Center, and every time Donald Trump sends out a tweet, automatically your tax-deductible donation will go to your given charity. We can't stop Donald Trump from tweeting, but we can make the chirp happen. So think about it, do it, go to Chirp Change, chirpchange.io, and become a part of it. Booyah! Woo! Hey, look, man. Look, folks. We got phone calls in the queue. I want to go to as many phone calls as possible. I'm sure a lot of people have a lot to say. It is what it is. Let's do it. My first phone call for the night is a 405 number in his house. 405. Hold on 1 second, 405. Here we go. Bam! 405, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Greetings, Mr. Black. It's the only 405 number thus far that seems to call you. It's Cosmo Vinegar from Stillwater, Oklahoma.
My friend, what's on your mind, Cosmo?
Well, gosh. I actually wanted to pick up on something I meant to say Thursday until I actually read what the prompt was. I wanted to talk about a little bit. Actually, no. What I wanted to say was thank you. Thank you to you, and not just for what I said on Thursday, but I wanted to be more specific with the case of Carly Hammond. I think what you did that day, both not just for Carly, but I think for people like her everywhere, I think was an immensely important gesture. I know that this is going to be one of my more controversial takes, probably on the show, of which I've probably made many at this point. But one of the things that, as somebody who's been rather outspoken about my beliefs as both a supporter of feminism as well as a supporter against female harassment online, has been the necessity of developing a culture where the victims of sexual harassment, of bullying, and other forms of bullying aren't immediately doubted and discredited based purely on the fact that we don't want to simply jump in without evidence. Now, I'm not trying to say that that having a healthy dose of skepticism is a bad thing. I think it's fair to, be a little bit cautious when dealing with things that you are not directly affected by. I think that's a perfectly fair position to take. What I often see coming as a problem is that when people who have been victimized by a system that is intended to degrade them, to demean them, and to deny them power, the first reaction isn't to aid the victim. It's often to keep those who try to speak truth to power silent. I don't want to speak too much for the specific allegations in this particular one. I would say, however, though, I think what you did is important, and not just for what it was, but also in the grander scheme of things. Because I hate to be this blunt, but I had noticed that there had been sort of an uptick in the kinds of sort of Cernovich-style crowd who seem to have gotten the idea that, just because people like you and me speak out against Hillary Clinton, that means that we're against all women, or we're on this whole men can do no wrong crowd. And I think by doing this, you help set a tone, and I think to set an example for everybody to help follow. In that, when confronted with people who've gone through things that honestly I don't think many of us can comprehend or even understand how that fucks up with your psychology. And as somebody who's had friends who've went through very similar experiences to Carly Hammond, I know how badly it can fuck with people's minds and self-image to the point it begins to warp who they are as people. I think by showing that degree of empathy towards her, I think you did not only did you do the right thing, but you showed others how to do the right thing. And I don't think that there's anything I could say more than thank you. Thank you for being a good ally to those in need. And I sincerely am looking forward to how this develops ahead. And if you may be able to inspire more people to be like you. Wow. Thank you again so much, Mr. Black, for everything that you've done for this community. And as always, make sure nobody takes your cornbread. Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, man, thank you, Cosmo.
Bye, Felicia.
I appreciate it, brother. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. I'm going to go to the next call because I've been talking a lot. And I'm trying not to sneeze. But I want to thank you, Cosmo, for that phone call, bro. I didn't look at it that way. I just looked at it personally and said that I would be a hypocrite if I didn't give this woman an opportunity to state her claim, to speak her truth. If I'm going to cover Al Franken and Roy Moore, all the other people who have had allegations against them, I felt like I had no choice. And I noticed that Christian was asking. He asked me, and I noticed no one else was agreeing to it. And so I did it. Okay. All right. 718, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's you, 718. How you doing?
Oh, sorry, bad timing. My bad. You know, I have to agree with the caller, what he's saying. Yeah, you did the right thing talking to Carly Hammond. You know the thing with the Young Turks going after you just because they lost a good friend who they know and love who is part of the TYT. You know, the thing is, I see them before. I wasn't a fan of them. They're just extremely annoying neoliberals like all of MSNBC, like Joyanne Reid, Joan Walsh, Neera Tanden, and maybe Malcolm Nance. A little bit of maybe Mika Brzezinski or whoever in MSNBC are complete neoliberal shills, which they all are. And you know, you did a good thing and the right thing, Tim. Good job for that part for talking to Carly Hammond, no matter how abrupt and mad the young turds are, if you know what I mean. And another thing I do want to bring up is that that Michael Flynn's attorneys have now split from Trump's team, which they did now cooperating with Dirty Cop Mueller on the this whole Russia probe thing, as we all know is BS. But now it's just like the thing with him cooperating is because it's like covering his own ass with the Turkey lobbying thing, if you know what I mean. And yeah, and all that sort of thing. No matter how much that let me think. Well, just to keep their credibility or whatever. But thing is, they're still dirty cops, and whatever they are, filthy, damn dirty cops. No matter how much they just want to, like, take Trump out of office just because he won the magic number 270. But you know, it's never going to go away no matter how much. Hello?
Yeah, my brother, you must got a playback going on in the background.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was just like, you know, watching like my movie and playing a game at the same time. I just multitask. That's what I usually do in my own time.
Okay, brother. Well, look, man, I appreciate the phone call, and we'll see what happens. I'm interested in finding out what the testimony will be from Michael Flynn, what's going to happen with Michael Flynn. I saw that news today, but I did not dig into it, frankly. But I am interested in finding out what the deal is on that. Maybe someone will know. 717, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tim, it's Eddie from Lancaster.
Hey, what's up, my brother?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good,
you look
man.
sharp in that jacket, man. I got to tell you, and your little hat.
Thanks, brother.
But yeah, no problem. Hey, man, I listened to Carly on your show the other day. I thought it was good. You gave her plenty of time, and I thought you were very supportive, and it was interesting to watch. I had my own thoughts about it, but one thing that kind of came to mind that I wanted to kind of talk about on here is that you know, there's this whole thing where I guess feminists, but not even necessarily feminists, just women are saying, you know, we have to have a policy of believe the women and believe them when they make their accusations, because for so long they haven't been believed. And there's a lot of pushback against that idea from people who are saying, wait, it's innocent until proven guilty. You know, you can't just automatically believe the accuser. And one thing that's just very frustrating that I think a lot of people don't realize, because I felt the same way at first. I was like, wait, you can't just, you know, every accusation can't just be believed and everything. But I just want to clarify, since I have this, well, it's your platform, but since maybe people who are on the fence about this, is like, when people say believe the woman, they're not saying and then don't investigate. You know, no one's saying believe the woman and then don't seek the truth. They're just saying you have to. Yeah, it's basically just a reiteration of what standard operating procedure is with any crime. You listen to an accusation, you take it seriously, you investigate, and then you see what the truth is. No one's saying that if a woman makes an allegation, you know, case closed. So I just want to throw that out there. And then I also want to thank you for even doing this show, man. It's a holiday weekend. I know it's not Thanksgiving, but, you know, a lot of these YouTube hosts, these podcasters and such, they don't work weekends, holiday weekends, like the rest of us proletariat. So I really think it's awesome that you're even doing this show. And I know, I never got the vibe that it's a pain in the ass to do the show or that you don't enjoy doing it, but it's work. It's and I wouldn't be surprised, I hate to be like this, but Jank doesn't always show up on the holiday weekends and everything. So your show makes TYT look like MSNBC. So
Wow,
that's all, man. Thanks for the airtime. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good night, dude.
hey, man, thank you, man. I appreciate that. And I'm coming down with a code or something. I appreciate it, man. And I was pissed off because I had to do a video explaining myself, trying to get away from some of these allegations about what went down with the whole Carly thing. So that uploaded to my channel just before the show. So I worked on that, and it just put me in a really feisty, fight mood kind of. And it may have hurt my stand-up a little bit. But I appreciate you recognizing that I try to push through, man, because Freedom Friday's for people. It's for you. You know what I mean? It's for the people, man. And more than any other show I do, it's really it's for you to be able to call in. And I don't want to take that away from people. There are people who get questions ready or get comments ready early in the week, and they hold them. And they say they're going to call into my show. For me to let those people down, it takes a catastrophic failure of my technology or like a real serious situation. I won't take that day off if I can avoid it. So anyway, my brother, thank you so much. I appreciate you. 347, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
I hope it's me, Tim.
It is.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey, this is Emilio.
How you doing?
I love your show. Hello?
Yes, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, yeah. I love your show. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure.
For one, I believe that we need to start working together, man. Whether it's progressive or liberal, doesn't matter. We need to start working together for the right cause. As far as like the whole Carly Hammond thing, I'm not. I want to wait for the whole information. I want to wait for everything to come out. But if that's what he did, then that's just messed up. But hello?
Yes, I hear you, brother.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing the show, man.
Hey, man, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. You're right. Of course I want everything to come out. Of course I do. I'm just pissed because it's being framed like if it wasn't for that Tim Black, like what? What do you mean if it wasn't for Tim Black? What I got to do with you in Flint? I wasn't at the hotel. Why are people throwing me under the bus for allowing this woman to talk? That doesn't even make sense to me. I think people really need to check themselves. You may disagree with her. You may not agree with her statements or whatever, but that's not my fault. That's not my fault. And I was really I'm like, wow, really, it really makes you sit back and go, damn, these people are like, they call them, they're progressive. It's like, wow, well, I know for a fact, how do you know for a fact about anything? I don't know for a fact about anything regarding something that I'm not involved in personally. How could you know for a fact how another person feels? It's like the craziest thing. So, and then, so of course, that bothers me, but I mean, of course I would want a thorough investigation and all that good stuff. I mean, that's what has to happen if there's going to be any move forward on this issue. Of course I support that, and I'm sure you do too, caller, because you're a decent human being who would never want anyone to get away with something like that or anyone to lie about something like that, right? That's what we all want, right? Right? All right. 704, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tim, this is Bruce from Carolina. What's going on?
Bruce, man, I'm doing all right, man. How you doing?
Woo.
That good, huh?
As a fictional newscaster once said, that really got out of hand very fast. I mean, that really escalated very quickly. Like, that whole situation, just like from like last week till now, it's just one continuous like Indiana Jones size boulder just coming down, man. And
Right.
well, you know, I mean, here's my thing. We all know if this was not Jordan or this was some like Trump supporter or some Trump guy, there would be no doubts. We would already be like, this motherfucker's guilty. We already know. But since, you know, we have a guy who's on our side, the guy who did Flint, the guy who brought down Donna Brazil, oh no, say it ain't so. It can't be. But, you know, that's how it is. You know, it's hard to, you know, go against your guy sometimes. That's why I think about that Charles Barkley commercial back in the day about role models and how you shouldn't have people on television and people, you know, out there in the news realm being idols, because stuff like this is bound to happen. But I think we've talked a lot about that for the last week. I was looking at some more local Baltimore news. Did you hear about the whole situation with Sean Suter,
Oh man.
the veteran who was coincidentally
Yes.
murdered a day before he was supposed to testify against 7 officers who were a part of a gun task force who were being indicted for racketeering conspiracy and extorting drug dealers, filing false reports, claiming overtime fraudulently, and actually robbing people, robbing common day citizens.
Yeah, yeah, brother. Tough.
It's very interesting because there's been a lockdown in that whole area of West Baltimore that this happened in, and people are now having to show their ID just to get back into their own homes. Like, there are people who are trying to get lawyers involved because they feel like this is unconstitutional. Like, you shouldn't have a whole community, you know, unable to get into their houses just because you feel like you don't want a crime scene to be corrupted or anything like that. In addition to that, there was a reward of like over $200,000 that was given up for to find this person, and it's been a while now since they've been looking for this person. And the interesting thing about it is, this Baltimore Sun reported right after the shooting that the longest that it's ever taken the Baltimore PD within the last decade or so to find a cop killer is 6 days.
Wow.
Now, another interesting tidbit about this whole situation, because it's been longer than 6 days. After the shooting, when they were trying to get Mr. Suter to the hospital, another coincidence happened. He was hit. He was in an accident. They were in an accident and got hit by another Baltimore City police car on the way to the ambulance, or on the way to the hospital. And they had to actually wait for an ambulance and get them to the hospital, and then he was pronounced dead the next day. Now, if you've watched, I'm pretty sure you're very familiar, you watch the news and stuff going back like to 2016. Baltimore has been heavily criticized for how it's treated its people of color in that city. And the DOJ had a scathing report of a lot of misuse of power and how they treated a lot of people, to the point where I believe they had to bring in an investigator to see what was going on. And unfortunately, even after all that, really not much has changed. is it too far out of the realms to possibly believe that some of these people are so corrupted that maybe, just maybe, they're willing to take out their own? I mean, I remember a police officer, a former police officer in Baltimore. I think you actually interviewed him a couple of times. His name slips me.
Michael
But he had some very revealing. Yeah, him.
Mm-hmm.
He revealed a lot of stuff about the Baltimore PD and how spiteful they can be. And something just doesn't add up, Tim. You have a city with that much corruption, and you have cops who have shown that they don't play on the right side of the law a lot of the time. And then you have a situation where cops are robbing people, extorting drug dealers, filing false reports, filing for overtime even while they're in Myrtle Beach and at casinos betting money.
Right.
To be able to shut someone up a day before they're supposed to testify against them. Right. I don't know. I think there's some possibility here. And I don't know if you got a chance to really get a chance to talk about that, but there's something going on here, Tim. There's some real sinister shit.
I gotta leave it there, Bruce. Man, I gotta leave it there, man. But I really appreciate you, Bruce, for calling in, and I will cover that story, man. And I'm gonna give you a shout out, Bruce, in the video. My brother. Thank you, Bruce. I gotta cut it. We gotta try to get everybody in, man. But thank you so much for that call and reminding me about that story. I retweeted it, and I think I posted it also on my Facebook. But I have not done a video on it, but I will. Just a coincidence. Oh, was he about to testify against us? Oh, I didn't even know about it, man. Hit that car. Get that. Come on, man. Come on, man. You know, some of us were born at night, but not last night. 205, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Tim. It's Stephanie from Tennessee.
Hey, Steph. How you doing, sis?
I'm okay. The volume on my phone is weird. That. I liked your outfit today. It looks pretty cool.
Hey, appreciate it.
You there, Tim?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, now it's back. The volume is back. It's in the top. So congratulations on getting retweeted and for your interview. It was a very good interview. I got a couple of things I wanted to talk about tonight. With the interview you did, I know you want to move past it, but I just wanted to put out some advice for Jordan if he's listening, and stop posting stuff without consulting his lawyer. And if he is consulting his lawyer, to get a different lawyer, because some of the stuff he's posting is probably going to get him completely run over by Cenk. And I think that Cenk is actually being nice to him and trying to keep him from hurting himself further, but he just keeps doing it. He just keeps doing things to incriminate himself further. And I wanted to say something because the other person brought up the whole feminism thing. I don't identify as a feminist, but I do want to look out for other women, and I do know that there is like a rape culture, especially after moderating for you in that chat the other night. Is that noticed that it was just a barrage of people constantly calling Carly a slut, but not one person called Jordan a slut or called him a man whore or said that he was being promiscuous. So it's interesting, the dynamic there where, you know, like he's doing the same thing she is. They're all in an orgy, but like she's just like this horrible, evil person. And I maybe saw like 3 comments about him being a rapist, but it may be that people don't believe he is. And I've seen it the other way around because there's constantly false accusations of Julian Assange being a rapist, for example, when he's not. And the girls even said it wasn't true, that the state tried to pressure him into it and stuff. But you can tell like people hadn't even like watched the interview or cared what was going on. They just formed an opinion really quickly, because I saw these posters just like, look at all these men who hate Hillary Clinton. And, you know, they put Jordan on the list, and it was just like, wait a minute, like Weinstein and Al Franken and Bill Clinton all supported Hillary Clinton, so this is just more BS of people trying to turn this into politics. And of course, Chelsea's one of the people being accused, so another woman was also potentially one of the people who hurt Carly. So it's like they were turning this into a man-bashing session, and that was just ridiculous. And what was the point I was going to make? Is that I think people don't understand, like, what the rape culture thing is, because it's like, it's the way that people talk about, like, they didn't see anything wrong with the work environment. They didn't see any issue with the fact that, like, when Chelsea talked, like, even if they're not guilty, the way that it was like the people were working and then they were in the hotel and then they didn't have an option for a separate room and they were just expected to have fun. And all these other girls are coming out and saying, like, if they didn't accept the flirting, they felt like they might get fired. So it was like, you know, like, you can't make a joke, you're a prude, you're, stuck up and all that kind of thing, like you're pearl clutcher kind of thing, where it's just like people have no respect for anyone who's feminine. So it's not necessarily women, because, like, Chelsea was all over it, like, well, she just, she doesn't know how to be liberal or whatever. And, like, it's you get this with feminine guys, too. Like, at gay clubs, like, gay guys are raped all the time. I don't want to get too much into it. But it's like, if the person is a more gentle or soft person, these other people try to come in and railroad over them. And they think that that's being, like, dominant, and that's cool, but it's really just disrespectful. So that's what I have to say about that. Also, I'd like anybody who's willing to please check out this thing on the Courage Foundation Twitter for Lori Love. He's having a trial this week, and they're trying to extradite him to the United States to, like, try to put him in prison for 99 years for accused hacktivism on behalf of a guy who killed himself because they were just going after people they thought were associated with WikiLeaks, as far as I understand. He, like, the other guy who killed himself, posted some documents on scientific research that he felt everybody should have, and they were like, they locked him up for life over that. When, speaking of rapists, they get off in about 6 months. So it's, like, obviously kind of like this fascistic control sort of thing, not about justice. And if we can get as many people as possible to just, like, retweet that or support it in some way, I'd really appreciate it. That would be awesome. Wow. And I think that's it. And, yeah. Are you still there, Tim?
Yeah, I'm still here, sis. Thank you so much, Steph, for your comments and for bringing this to our attention. Wow. Give it up for Steph, y'all. Steph is my favorite artist. Look, Steph is my favorite artist, by the way, guys. She's a Wolfpack artist. And she's done some great work, and she's going to continue to do great work. And hopefully, pretty soon, she'll be ready for me to do some promotion for her on this show. And give it up for Steph and her artwork. I got to fight through. Man. 5. Oh, hold on. Let me go back up here and get Mystical Carter. 434 Mystical Carter in the house. How y'all doing?
Yo, what's up, fam?
How you doing?
Everybody, man, the Wolfpack been bringing the heat tonight, man. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. First of all, just like normal, my name is Mystical Carter. I enjoy drinking a nice cold adult beverage while listening to Tim Black. And if anybody else out there doing the same, then cheers. I hope everybody had a good weekend, a good week, despite all the craziness in the world. And I got a message for you, Tim.
What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
I got a message for you, Tim. Goku said he's coming for your turkey sandwich and your cornbread. So you better watch out.
Better watch out. You better not cry.
Go.
Right.
Goku said he wanted seconds. Like, he ate half my sandwich, and he said he want the rest of yours. So you got to watch out for that. Very sneaky cat. But I hope everybody's doing good out there, man. And I'm just calling in to show support and show some love, man. You know how we do.
I do, brother.
Nah, but you still back there? Say what's up.
Yes, I'm still back here. Hello, Tim. Hey, Wolfpack. What's up?
Hey.
How is everybody this evening?
What's up, Nambi? Good to see you.
Hey,
Good
Tim,
to hear
I
you.
wanted to talk about, just a little bit, about sexual harassment in the workplace.
Please.
I am a buxom woman, and I started developing and becoming buxom when I was 10 years old. By the time I was 11, I was 36, 24, 36. So I've been buxom as long as I can remember. Now, that's always been a problem because grown men would come after me. And I felt so bad about it. I used to wear big, heavy, oversized sweaters that went all the way past my knees, even in the summertime, just to try to cover me up because it made me feel ashamed. Why are these men feeling this way about me? Why can't they just leave me alone? You know, I'm not interested in that sort of thing. I'm not interested in them. Why are they bothering me? The first job I had when I was 16, the bus driver that we went around delivering food, plates of food to shut-in elderly people. And he was an elderly man, like I'm in my teens, and he's like in his 40s. And we're driving around, and I'm getting out, and I'm delivering the plates and everything. And I get back in the truck, and we're driving off. And he, you know, I'm just talking to him just normally, you know, because he has a nice personality. Suddenly he changed, and he looked at me, and he said, "Hey, you got a boyfriend?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You and your boyfriend, y'all have sex?" And I got really uncomfortable. And I looked at him, and he said, "Why don't me and you have a little sex?" And I didn't know what to say. And then he saw the look on my face, and he said, "Oh, forget I said that. Forget it. Oh, I'm sorry. I can see the look on your face. You was thinking I'm a nice guy, a nice old man, and you weren't even thinking about me that way. Here I am thinking about you in a sexual way. I'm sorry." I felt so uncomfortable. I never went on those runs with him again. And I've run into that type of situation on other jobs too. You know, working in an office, and guys come into the office and they make what do you call it? Accidental mistakes on purpose, where they bump into you or knock something down so they can get down on the floor and look up your dress, or you know, touch your body, and then, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm so clumsy. Oh, miss, I'm really sorry about," you know, things like that. That, you know, to guys hearing about stuff like that, hearing about being in situations like that, they think, "No, that's nothing. That's so mild. It's not even worth mentioning." It is worth mentioning when you realize that you are there on the job not to be sexually touched, not to be thought of in a sexual manner, not to be treated as a sexual object. You are there to do a job. And that's what you want to be there for. You're not there looking for some guy to fill you up or say something lewd to you or whistle at you or talk about you, because they will get together and lie to the other guys in the office, on the workplace, about you. So I'm just saying this to say sexual harassment on the job comes in many forms. And it creates a hostile atmosphere for that female, one that she has a hard time working in. And it stresses you out. It causes all kind of problems. And it's time that you started respecting the women you work with. Now, there are women who do the same thing to guys, working under them. or working with them. Guys, you've got to start speaking up about that. I mean, I know you've got a masculine culture where you feel like, hey, you know, I'm a man, and this means, you know, if I'm sexually promiscuous, this means that I'm a man. I'm a big man. You know, I'm a manly man. But if you are being hit on in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that makes you feel like you're being degraded, that makes you ashamed to be a man, then you are not being a manly man. You are not being treated as a manly man. You are not being treated with respect that you deserve. Speak up about it. It's time you started talking about this.
There you go, Nami.
Talk about it.
I got to leave it there, Nami, but, you know, I appreciate you so much on this phone call. You hit the nail on the head. You knocked it out the park. And because of you, I will give my experience. All right? So, I was working for this company in Arlington, Virginia. It was a tech company it worked with Department of Justice. And I was young. I was about 21. And I was a team leader. And I was given some instructions to my team. And I was, you know, back then we had the like projector thing going or whatever, slides or something like that. And I remember I was sitting in a chair and I was explaining something we needed to do as far as document retrieval that we needed to do. And while I was talking, this woman, at the time, once again, I was like 21, this woman in her mid-30s, she walks over to me and sits on my lap. Just sits. And I was like, I can't believe this, you know, this woman just did this, you know, like, and the guy part in you was like, I was offended like hell, man. I wasn't interested in her, not even close. And it was very embarrassing. She thought it was hilarious, but it wasn't hilarious. And I thought that was very whack. IT things like this happen. I went to 10 years later, I'm in D.C. I'm working for this time I think I was working for Verizon. And there was a supervisor who had a problem with his PC. So I went in to take a look at it. And he was trying to show me what the issue was. I said, I think I got it. Let me take a seat. I'll take a look at it. And I went to take a look at it, and this guy stands behind me and starts massaging my shoulders like this. And I was like stunned. Like, so I knew he was, I had a feeling he was a homosexual, but a gay man, but I couldn't believe this dude did this, man. Like, and I did like this, and I got up. I was like, man, what is up? He said, oh, man, I didn't mean nothing by it. You know, I was like, for real? For real, that's what we doing. That's what we doing. And I left, and I told my manager about it because we went to lunch. And the more I thought about it, the more upset I got about it that he did that. But the next day, that supervisor didn't come to work. He wasn't my supervisor. He did not come to work. And that was a Friday. And by Monday, I was like, well, he knows where I stand. I think I was clear, and I'm going to let it ride. But I could have filed paperwork on him. I could have filed paperwork on both of them, and I didn't. And I'm a guy. And maybe there's something to why I didn't do it. Probably masculinity on both sides. Both sides. So anyway, people often don't report sexual misconduct at all, for whatever reason. I neither wanted the older sister sitting on my lap in front of my team, embarrassing the hell out of me. It's hard for me to turn red. I turned red. I turned a light red. I look like, I don't know, El DeBarge. I turned red. I'm telling you, red. And with the gay brother, man, I was just like, I couldn't believe. I was shocked. Like, what makes him think that? Because I try to be professional. He think I treat him decent. I don't. Maybe. So anyway, I'm going to the next call. Just give it up for that and honesty and reporting and just being open about this conversation, y'all. 909, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Sam. This is Irma Linda. How are you?
Hey,
Can you
Irma.
hear me?
How you doing, Irma Linda? Good to have you.
Oh, good. Thank you. Wow. I almost hung up because I wasn't sure if I was just emotionally ready to speak up about what most of us are talking about tonight. So, first of all, I wanted to step back because I haven't talked to you in a while. I haven't called in and since, before what happened in Charlottesville. And, you and I have been really navigating towards in the same direction in terms of the overall political climate, the anti-Hillary and just giving Trump a chance in the very beginning of the year. But what shocked me to the core was, all the things that happened, from Charlottesville onward with the white supremacy and all the violent stuff that happened with Sean King, helping with the arrests and so forth. So that really shocked me to the core. And once I was kind of friendly with Trump supporters and, cool with them and open to their point of views, but I had to detach myself because it was just hard to fathom being, having to interact with people who were okay with what happened with Charlottesville and, the situation with that. So I just wanted to commend you for really standing your ground with your views. I know you had a variety of audience, pro-Trump, Trump supporters, and I know that it was hard for you. I mean, you made a stand in terms of where you will not allow the current president to get away with. Like, you really wanted to voice against some of the things that he was doing that really affected, regarding, the social impact. And so I want to appreciate you for, you always have to kind of gauge yourself and think, okay, where do I really stand? And yes, I may lose some audience, but this is where I firmly believe in where I need to voice, my concerns. And I just want to thank you for that, because it seems like you and I and many of us, of course, that have been following you are still with you, because your platform is really covering and really moving in the right direction. And that is independent media, telling the truth regardless of party, regardless of, which party, not really sticking to labeling, but it's really about really focusing on the policies. And I just want to thank you for that, because this is why your platform is growing, because you have this strong, really good sense of where, instinct as to where you really need to cover some of the issues. And so I just want to thank you for that. And it just seems like every step you make, I feel like I'm 100% behind you. So I just want to thank you with that. And I also wanted to just, again, going back to the, hot topic tonight, from a woman's point of view, I already DM'd you about this, is that, first of all, you did an excellent job with the interview with Carly. You were very patient, very professional, and you handled it in a very sensitive way. I did listen to it, and I replayed it because I wanted to kind of try to look at some of her experiences. And then her experiences reminded me of my experience when I was young. Essentially, it's easy to get seduced at a very young age. It's hard to say no. And so it's easy to be kind of pulled in a direction where you really don't want to. And so, yes, it may be her fault. It may not be her fault. I don't know. The verdict is not out yet. We still need to, do more investigation. But regardless of that, I think I view all of this from a professional standpoint, because I come from a professional environment for 20 years working in the IT business, traveling, meeting up with colleagues. And I wouldn't go as far. I mean, the most I would go would be one drink of beer, have good conversation, but it wouldn't go so far as to factor in or mix in jacuzzi and more alcohol. It just doesn't seem right. And I guess I'm speaking from a conservative point of view because I've always been very professional and very conservative and very ethical, like you. I know that you are very ethical, Tim. And so it just doesn't seem right what happened. And it was just a recipe for disaster. And here we are talking about it. And it's unfortunate what happened with Jordan. I think he's going to be fine. He's good at what he does. But I hope that he learns from this experience and really appreciate the fact that, this is why we have, code of conduct and standards of ethics in the work environment. I mean, he was a leader of a working team, and there's some rules, even unwritten rules that you just don't do. You don't do what you did, and it just didn't seem right. And I already weighed in, and I posted something with Chelsea. 'Cause Chelsea and we're Facebook friends. We don't know each other very well, and it's unfortunate that this happened to her as well, or she was part of it. But I'm hoping that you would give her an opportunity to maybe give her side of the story, just like you did with Carly. I know Jordan didn't take that opportunity, but I just quickly want to ask you if there's an opportunity for you maybe to bring Chelsea in and have her give her side of the story, because I tried to listen to her video with I think Claudia. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't find the video. Mm-hmm. It's interesting that she had it, and then she removed it from Chelsea's Facebook. But will there be an opportunity for Chelsea to maybe give her side of the story if you're being attacked and being accused of not respecting their privacy? So I just wanted to ask you if there's a chance that you can bring Chelsea on.
Okay. Well, Melinda, I want to thank you for your comments and for your honesty, and for also the expression of the way that we coincide on certain issues, and how you've noticed the progression I've had, and how it's easy to stay one way because you're kind of going that trajectory, and you're getting. I'm just receiving people who were pro-Trump by default because I was anti-Hillary, and having to make a decision about what was important to me. Was it fast growth, or was it just being real with myself about how I feel and being in touch with what my politics really is, and also paying attention to the policy and attention to. And it wasn't easy with Trump because I know that they spin things in the media. So when you start looking at policy, it doesn't matter what they spend in the media, because the bill is the bill. The executive order is the executive order. So even if MSNBC is spinning it a certain way or CNN spinning it a certain way, if you look at the executive order, it's like that kind of clears it up. And CNN isn't spinning the tweets or the rhetoric at Luther Strange's Alabama speech when he was running for election. So these things were not going through CNN or MSNBC. Those things came out Trump's mouth, and Trump signed those executive orders with his pen. So that's why I had to make the decision to hit him as well. And you're right, I did take a hit for that, but that's okay. On to Chelsea. The video that Chelsea made with Claudia, it's online. It's on YouTube. I will provide a link to that. I do not feel that that's what I want to do. I don't want
90 seconds.
I don't want to bring on Chelsea Lyons because, first of all, she's had her say. She had her say before the accuser had their say. Jordan Sheridan had his say before the accuser had her say. He preempted, and so did Chelsea. So I felt like part of the reason why I brought Carly on is because these people already talked. There has to be other platforms that Chelsea could go on. I
60
can't imagine
seconds.
that Tim Black's the only show in town. I gotta believe. I know H.A. Goodman said he'd bring her on, and I realized she may not want to because of some of the videos that H.A.'s put out regarding this situation. But if he does it live, the whole world will be watching him if he's biased, if he, whatever. So I would suggest, I have made the suggestion. She hasn't responded to my request. So first, it was sort of like complaints because I wouldn't respond to her request to come on my channel. Then I responded, and I told her I declined, but here's a suggestion, and she wouldn't respond to my suggestion. So it's like, I really don't feel like I made a decision. It's not what I want to do. Jordan Sheridan, my door was open before I interviewed Carly.
10 seconds.
My latest video, I show a DM where I DM'd Jordan and said, Jordan, I'm going to bring Carly on. Out of fairness, I would like to bring you on as well. And you get to see his response in that video. So, no, I don't, I don't want to bring on Chelsea just for the reasons I've expressed. And I'm sure somebody else would if she'd reach out to those people. Or she could just put out her own stuff. I'm sure at this point that everyone knows about these allegations and this bubbling up in the community, she doesn't need to go on anyone's platform, I don't think. I think she could go right on YouTube herself and speak her mind, because I think it's so people are aware to the point where it would get shared. She would not need a platform necessarily to get her voice out. That's just my opinion, sister, but I thank you so much. I do. 512, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tim Black. This is Matt on the line. I'm from Austin, Texas.
My friend. What's on your mind tonight?
Oh, man. So the first time I ever called you was during the initial beef that you had with Jordan. And I remember saying something along the lines of, I hope everything resolves itself amicably, and I'm interested to see where it goes. Because I was fans of him, I was fans of you. And it did resolve itself, and that was great. I was super happy. And then this shit happened. And it just sucks, man. Like, it's just real sad. Like, I think the way that you've, the part that you've played has been important. It's been consistent, as progressives, as liberals, as just people of sound character. I think it is important to hear all sides and try to weigh all the facts and all the testimonies and all the perspectives evenly. So I do appreciate, your saying this, and I'm still a fan of you. But it is a sad situation. But that's actually not what I want to talk about. I do want to shout out all the ladies who called earlier. I really like their input, and it's great to hear that from, just like real people who aren't, TV personalities or already in the industry, just real people giving their perspective. So thank you so much to all of them for coming out and saying their piece. I really, really appreciate that. But I wanted to ask you about Ben Shapiro, because I follow almost every progressive news outlet that's on there online. I don't really do MSM. And I do also follow Ben Shapiro, or at least I watch his videos when they come out. And I saw the piece that you were doing earlier. First of all, I can't believe the New York Times wrote a glowing review calling him a hero, because they've criticized him almost every week that he's been on the air, because he always loves to bring it up and shit on them. So there you go. Another perceived, liberal news media outlet just folding and saying a bunch of bullshit. I really don't know why they would even say anything nice about Ben Shapiro. Other than, he's to me, he's like the one conservative voice that I can stomach. I try to go outside of myself and find other voices and opposing views and opinions. And his at least seems like sort of based in the realm of reality. You can't listen to some AM talk radio conservative guy. You can't listen to Sean Hannity. You can't stomach them super long because it's such trite. And I wanted to ask you, because in the earlier part of this video, you were talking about how he really doesn't believe anything he says. And I wanted you to kind of expound on that a little bit, if you could, because I don't know. I can't tell. When I listen to his show, and I listen to it almost every day, I can't tell if he really, really believes it or not, because there's sometimes where he's right. When he talks about Roy Moore, his position is that nobody should vote for Roy Moore, and it's even worth losing that seat to a Democrat to not vote for Roy Moore, and he makes some pretty good arguments for that. But then also, in one of the videos where he talks about Roy Moore, he also talked about the merger between AT&T and Time Warner Inc. and said it was a great idea and it's a lateral move and it's not going to like hurt competition or anything, which is obviously bullshit. So it's weird because sometimes he seems like he's being principled. Sometimes it seems like he's saying something he doesn't believe. And also, you know, do you do that at all? Like, do you ever go out and look for conservative views and opinions? And if so, who is it? Because it's hard to find people who you can even listen to for more than 5 or 10 minutes, other than the fact that, like, I do like listening to Ben Shapiro because it's funny because I follow all these progressive news outlets, but to me it's almost more interesting listening to a conservative who's, like, clever and can kind of make a good argument, right, or at least make an argument. Yeah. Because then my brain is active. Like with progressive commentators, I like their opinion, I like their take, but I already kind of agree with them, so I can watch them on autopilot, you know, because I already know what they're going to say pretty much. I've already read the news stories and all that. So with somebody like Ben Shapiro, like I hear things and my brain is constantly active and it's constantly firing because I'm having to double check and think about historical context and think about actual votes and put everything in the right thing. So, you know, do you look for conservative outlets or, like, do you ever try to listen to that? And if so, if it's not Ben Shapiro, who can you, like, listen to? Who can you go to at least see where the other side is getting their ideas or, you know, something to that effect, basically?
My brother, look, man, give it up for my caller. I'm going to answer that question. That's a good question. And you make some good points, too, about what your choices are in media. You know what I mean? I tell you, I don't listen to any particular conservative talk person that often. What I do is that when an issue, occasionally or more than occasionally, when an issue pops up, you know, on the radar that's really controversial, I may check and see who's talking about it. I may check the Adam Carollas, you know, the Ben Shapiros, you know, a couple people, you know, just to see what they're saying, but it's not, I don't really follow them, you know. I just see what's bubbling up, you know, in the communities that are out there, you know. The reason why I say that Ben Shapiro, I don't believe him, first of all, he talks too fast. Like, I like to listen to tone, inflection, and accentuation, and to know that you mean what you say. And you say it like you mean it. And when I don't see the connection between the very serious allegations, the very serious stances, and anything demonstrable, to me, it's got to flow through your body. So to me, I don't really think. And the other thing about it is, brother, that I've been in this long enough that I can kind of tell when people are kind of playing games. And what I mean by that is lack of consistency. You know, lack of consistency. Like, for instance, I tell you, I supported LeVar Ball, not because I thought he was right not to thank Donald Trump, but I supported him because I thought Trump was wrong to put him on the spot to try to squeeze him into kissing his ass when his sons already thanked him. And I saw it would be a win for LeVar Ball as well, and damn it, he needs that. Trump is rich as hell. This guy's trying to build a business. But the fact that people don't even see that Trump plays games on Twitter, like he's retweeting like Diamond and Silk's weak song, like this is great, they're great Americans. He plays this game all the time. And the fact that people don't see through it bothers me. That there is a game being played. I feel that Ben Shapiro plays a game. I'm not saying he's always playing a game. All right? I'm not saying he's always doing something to kind of like, well, I'm going to give him this, but I'm going to go at this. But I'm going to give him this, but I'm going to go. But I see it. I see it in certain people, okay? So occasionally I do think he does at times. He plays games with what he believes. You can't really tell what he believes. It just sounds good. And there's strategy in what you will support, what you won't support, and why you will support it. Mike Cernovich does the same thing. But you got to be sort of like in this business of commentary, analysis, punditry to kind of know that people do that. They do that. So there are others of us who will take a hit and lose people for what we believe in, lose money for what we believe in. And there are others of us who say, man, this is a game we're playing. What are you doing? And I feel like Ben Shapiro is of that latter group, as well as Cernovich. I don't say they do it all the time, but I don't think they're going to take food off the table or hits off the board to keep it real on an issue. Like, I know that Ben Shapiro's I never say Ben Shapiro isn't a smart guy. So I know that I know a lot of the information that I've looked up, I know he knows it exists. I know he knows it exists. And the fact that he's being disingenuous with certain arguments, I know that's on point. I know that's on purpose, I should say. All right? So that's just my take, my friend. And I don't criticize anyone for listening to alternative viewpoints or whatever, man. Just be careful and don't let them affect you. Because I think some of us, with our distaste for mainstream media, turned right, and now we're kind of getting distorted news from the right. And some of us don't even know it. No, the right lies too. The right got fake news too. The right has some... No, it's both sides. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you. Both sides have people that spin. Both of them. So thank you once again, my brother. I appreciate you. No problem. That was too. All right. 909. And let me get back in my queue. There we go. 909, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from? Booyah. How you doing? 909. 909, you are live. 909, you live.
Look, man.
Tim, this is
I ain't falling for no
Melinda.
banana in my tailpipe.
I already spoke.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Oh, man. So, okay, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm sorry, Melinda. Obviously. 510. You're next. How you doing, 510?
Hello. Hi, Tim. This is Vita from San Leandro.
Hey, Vita.
How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I like to make a couple points. First of all, like the last caller was speaking about choosing another outlet, a right versus left, to in order to have his thinking of choice to get his mind working. I think that's a false start. First of all, you should think about your knowledge of a subject first to gain information before you make a decision on who to watch, whether it's a progressive or conservative. Because first of all, you should think about the policy or the issue that you're focusing on. And that's where we make a lot of our mistakes. It's not the individual that you're watching or the news outlet. You should first of all think about the information that you're trying to gain to empower yourself. I think that's where we make our mistakes. And then I want to go back to the sexual assault thing. I think, first of all, we need to think about the law, first of all, and not get emotionally attached, whether the victim or the person that's being accused. I think we need to think about the law first and not take sides. Let the law proceed. And also the companies that look at their policies, and then the individuals that is being that's been harmed, that they should look at the EOC. If their employer's not taking any action, they can go there to get some help and then proceed from there and then go to law enforcement to file reports. And then also, I think we also need to look at how we define what sexual assault is, and also the difference between rape and what's a crime, and take a look at that, because also we'll use the media can take an individual and just destroy their whole character like they did with Bill Cosby, because a lot of those allegations happened like 15, 20, 30 years ago, and there was no evidence in terms of the law to look at. When you look at a rape case or when you go into a court case, and you have to have some kind of evidence, it's like he say, she say stuff, because a lot of times you have people that will go after individuals that have money. We have to also think about that. Just because someone says something, they did something, we also have to take a non-biased thought, because sometimes we do have people that do that, that go after just for the money. So I'm not saying that that this didn't happen to someone, that we also have to proceed in the manner that we have to look at both sides of the point and let the law take place before we be just taking sides on he say, she say stuff, because then we form this new thing of like this rape culture thing, and it becomes very harmful, because then I look at the terms of like there was an officer that was raping a lot of African American women, and a lot of these outlets and stuff, they did not put this out in the media or form a lot of these opinions. This officer didn't get put out there like that, and these women was not supported, and there was evidence of this of these actions by this officer. And also for Bill Cosby, and also the new things that's happening in Hollywood. We don't see Time Magazine putting any of those front page stories of all those women that has been attacked like they did Bill Cosby. And there's a difference, because it's a racial economy that's going on too when it comes to allegations of sexual assault and how they're proceeding now. And also in terms of Donald Trump being accused, and the politicians were Ray Moore. And some people lose their jobs and lose employment. And also, like, I look at the NFL now with Ezekiel. Now, he had two allegations, and two different police departments found him not guilty, found him not guilty, but the NFL chose to make him lose 6 games and salary of his job, of his income, because of how the NFL players union can say that just because someone can come to the NFL and say that a person did something because of domestic violence or sexual assault, they can just come to the NFL and say that, and an NFL player can lose their jobs because Roger Goodell can just say that one person can make a judgment like the court of law. And that takes it out the hand of the law and justice system. And I think we need to look at that too when we discuss his sexual assault and misconduct and so forth. When we look at that, because I hear a lot of media, they use that as example. They throw these the African American males out there, and they use that as if they have been guilty. But the police and justice system has found them not guilty of this, but their job and owners and the corporations has taken their job away from them and their income and their ability to provide for their families. And that is injustice. So when we talk about the justice system and looking at how it works and how we look at policy and law, we need to take a look at that and look at the policy and law, because we're just talking. Thank you.
All right, sister. Thank you for the phone call. The name of that officer is Daniel Holtzclaw. I covered that story extensively. And you're right, a lot of people didn't cover it. He got like 100 years. And he deserves every one of them. I don't understand these people who, look, if someone makes an allegation, you got to take it seriously. I'm not saying convict the guy without a trial, but take it seriously. Look at it. I mean, I got a mother, a wife, and a daughter. Don't you? You got one of those, right? We really got work to do. And that's not being any type of way. Look, man, I'm a guy, but I tell you, man, I'm not for guys pimping women. I don't support that, right? So if that makes me lame or corny or whatever, like, screw you. You got a problem. You seriously, you got a problem. If you think that if a man, and Vita, this is definitely not to you, Vita. This is general, very general. But this is this thing people have in their heads where they think this is the way it is. If this is the way it is, where people don't have to respect other people, where it's got to be like, I'm gonna get mine, don't care about the other person. Well, if it's that way, it's the wrong way, bro. Stand up. Be an individual. Be an individual. And never do anything that you can't feel good about doing. That's how I look at it. You know, like Irma Linda said, man, I've been in that professional life where you can't, like, some stuff just gets you canned. And you don't get to be like, what the hell? I know a guy got hit with sexual assault charges, well, sexual harassment charges for complimenting a woman on how great she looked after having a baby and coming back to work. I wasn't there. I don't know how he said, wow, you really look nice after having that baby. I don't know how he said it, but she was very uncomfortable, and he ended up not being there anymore. I seen it. Like, I didn't see that, but he was a friend of mine. I was like, wow. You know? So, hey, guys, like, I want to thank all the ladies who have called up, and all the guys, too, have called up and talked about this issue. Of course, I don't want people, you know, losing their careers behind allegations. But I'm pissed because people didn't even want to hear the conversation. Like, they didn't even want to listen. This ain't even a court of law. This is like someone saying, this person's public. This person's public about the allegations. I need to defend myself. And people don't even want that person to be able to speak their mind. And it ain't that I'm not a saint because I let a woman speak. That's what I'm supposed to do. If it was a brother accused of something like I don't know, anything. I want to get away from sex just to say, if it was a brother saying, man, they're saying that I'm a Russian spy, a Russian bot, I'd give a brother a platform to explain that. I had Charlie Peach on the show where Twitter accused her of being a Russian bot. What? So to large groups of people, I shouldn't have let her have her speech, let her explain her story? See, it just seemed hypocritical to me. You don't get to tell other people that other people should not be allowed to have their say. I don't like a lot of talking points Ben Shapiro uses. I'm not saying he's always wrong. No one's always wrong. No one's always right. But I'm not saying he should never be able to speak because I don't agree with what he's saying. Well, I keep the same. I'm the same, bruh. I am the same. I see it the same way. I'm very consistent with that. Oh, so let me get this right. Make sure I'm understanding this real clear. You will fight tooth and nail for someone like Milo. You will condemn people who don't want Milo to speak. You will condemn people who don't want Ben Shapiro to speak. But you won't let this sister speak? When she says she's been wronged, Milo hasn't been wronged. That's not why he can't speak. He hasn't been assaulted. That's why he can't speak. That's why he wants to speak. He just has ideas that a lot of people don't like, or some people hate or feel that is hate. But you will fight for that, huh? You will run Twitter campaigns for that. But this woman says she's making an allegation that she was sexually assaulted. And if you disagree with her, how could you disagree with her before you heard what she had to say? How could you disagree with her before you watched my video, because she hasn't been on any other channels to state her claim? How could you form that opinion? Did I not do a service? Oh, I get it. Some speech you want to support, whether it be from supposed neo-Nazis like Richard Spencer. No, actual confessed neo-Nazis like Richard Spencer. Support that. This woman said this guy that you like may have done something that was despicable in certain ways. Oh, we got to shut her up. We can't even hear what she got to say. And then you call yourself what? Real talk. Real talk. That's what we are. That's how we doing now. That's how we rolling. I got a problem with it. And I want to show you that it's not right. And I got to stand up for that. So think about it. That's the way I see it. And you may see it a different way, but that's how I saw it. And I didn't ask to do it. Maybe I should have. So I can't take but so much credit. I was asked to do it. And I could not turn it down. So I don't want to act like I'm the saint. You know, like, Tim Black supports the women so great. He's the best supporter of women. No, I had to be asked. And then if you check out my video, I tell you what happened. I show what transpired after I was asked and after I made people aware that I was going to do it. What I felt was intimidation, in some way coercion, to stop me from having the interview. But then I proceeded 2 days later. So, like, I did what I thought I had to do. That's the way I thought about it. Let me go to the next call, guys. I appreciate your patience, and I just want to say real quick before I forget. Nambi, your testimony tonight, Nambi, is very powerful, and I can't recall if I explained how moving it was at the time when you were expressing it or after you finished. But I just want you to know it was very moving, and it's also very heartbreaking as well. 704. 408. 408, you're live on Freedom Friday. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tim, what's up? It's No More Donations. How you doing?
No more in the house. What's going on, my friend?
Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm kind of sick right now, so I'll try to speak quickly so I don't start coughing in the middle of it because it's going to sound nasty. But I had to call in because actually I tried to call in last Friday, but my phone was I was on hold for a while, and then my phone cut out. And then when I tried to call in, it was too late. But anyway, that's besides the point. But, you know, it's been weighing on my mind a little bit about the Jordan thing, so I'm just gonna hit it. Here's the thing that I see. You know, I don't know what Jordan did. None of us knows what Jordan did except Jordan. Okay, but here's what I'm going to say. Every company that I've worked at has suffered from what I would call toxic masculinity. Okay, and I see no exception with the Young Turks, TYT, and this TATM, Truth Against the Machine thing. You know, TYT has exhibited this culture, what I would call, I won't call it rape culture, I'll call it what it is, toxic masculinity culture. It's kind of like a frat house, okay? And and I've noticed this from comments from female viewers primarily of TYT. So this is nothing new here. Now, you know, all I'll say about the Jordan thing is that, you know, when people start showing you, people don't start doing things out of the blue that are kind of questionable character. People who do things of questionable character will have a kind of history of things, okay? So, for instance, and maybe this is like taking it way beyond, but pedophiles, they don't just start out one day and decide, hey, today I'm just going to start being a pedophile and start molesting young children, right? There's like a pattern. They start. There's a history of doing these things. So all I would say is take a look at somebody's history, how they act, the things that they do. It kind of adds up, okay? So that's all I'm going to say. And I agree, you know, obviously no court proceedings or anything have happened yet. But, you know, I appreciate the fact that you allowed Carly to speak. I saw that interview myself. In my opinion, I thought she was very credible. And, you know, and for other people to say, oh, and I saw the comments on Twitter against you, like, oh, how come he's only having Carly? Why won't he have these other people on and everything? And so I felt the need, like, last night I was, like, reading through some of this nonsense. And I said, you know what? I said, you have the right to have on your show who you want to have on your show. It's your damn show, okay? Everybody needs to just chill out a while. So that's what I want to say about that. Regarding sexual harassment and things, I guarantee you it primarily happens to women. It also happens to men, too, every now and then. A very close relative of mine who was a man told me about an incident that happened to him, and nobody believed him that this woman at work was sexually harassing him. so he basically kind of set up like a sting thing where one of his coworkers was able to like see around the corner when this woman was harassing him, and it basically confirmed it. So it does happen to men too, but I don't want to diminish the fact that overwhelmingly it happens to women, and you know. So another thing, when you mentioned that some guy put his hands on your shoulders, something very similar happened to me at a job one time, and I was like, and this guy was like a higher up, and all of a sudden I feel these hands on my shoulder, and I'm like, yo, man, I like you, but not like that. Come on, man. So that was mild compared to what women experience every day in jobs. So, man, let's get our shit together, all right? I'm just going to end it on that. Have a great night.
You too, man. Give it up for that. Wow. My man, no more donations. Hey, look, guys, look. It's up to guys to talk to guys, right? I'm not saying this to score with women. I'm not saying it for that reason, man. I'm not saying it to score points with women. I'm telling you because I'm a man. I've been there. I've been around. I know a little something, and I'm just telling you, this is important for you to get. You can't just do whatever you want to do. And just because you can do something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Just because she will sleep with you doesn't mean you should. Sorry. Now, I know I'm an older guy. I know. I'm telling you, when you do those things, sleep with people that work with you, sleep with people that work for you, catcall's tough. I say don't do it just because you heard Nambi's story. There you go. You heard Nambi's story. See, guys don't experience what women experience. I don't think all guys are horrible. I think that some guys have bad information. They think certain things are, what's the word for it? Compliments, when they're not compliments. You have no idea how comfortable this woman is with the fact that she's a beautiful woman or she's attractive. You don't know. She could be very shy, very introverted, very much not wanting to be, get a bunch of attention. So everything is not about evil man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm thinking guys got to talk to guys. We have to have conversations and let them know from a male's perspective. What's hard about it is when a brother even broaches the conversation, we got guys going, they're a lame dude. He just saying that. He ain't no real guy. He ain't no real man. You don't know what's going on. Look at him, and there's some people you can't reach with good advice. You listen to stories like Nambi's, you listen to stories, Ermelinda, Vita, these people that call in. They're not telling you to win something. This is reality. What No More Donations just told you, that's reality. All right? It's reality. So I want people to treat people better. That's all. Can we do that? And when people act like pigs, we hold them accountable, male or female, in whatever way, whatever capacity. All right. So that's just where I am. I'm the same way on race, same way on sexuality. I'm the same way on gender. What? You should know that by now. I had Misty Plowright on this channel, who was the first transgender candidate to win her nomination. That's what I did. This is a channel where I supported Michael Sam. You think I'm not going to support women? Come on, man. Come on. So anyway, I got love for you guys. I hope you see, even if you disagree with me, it's not because I have a vendetta or it's hate or something. No, that's not it at all. I really was rather not have had to be the guy that had to do that, because I knew Jordan, because I met him a couple times and he had me on his show, and I knew people would see it like I stabbed him in the back, but I didn't stab him in the back. If the man is innocent and he did nothing, That is a record. Based on what she said, I do believe that Jordan was wrong for even engaging with her. Even engaging with her. I don't care if she like you. However that went down. Sounds to me like he was more on the prowl, but however it went down, that does not excuse it. And I've been a supervisor. I've been a manager. I have a platform. It ain't as big as TYT politics, but I do own it. There's a couple people that like me. I've been to conventions. I've been out. I met people who like me. You're the only person that people like. But we must watch ourselves. So anyway, that's it. Enough of me talking. I'm probably doing them and inviting lawsuits. Yeah, inviting lawsuits, Tim. Look at you. Nothing's been proven, and I'm not saying it has. I'm just saying you got to dodge the bullet. And I'd like to talk to brothers and help brothers out, man. Keep you out of these situations. Goodness gracious. And it'd be better for the lady, too. Keep the lady from having to experience these situations. Somebody got to speak up. Maybe some people are. I don't know. But I got nothing but love for you guys. I appreciate you coming here. But remember, this show is brought to you by you. It's brought to you by you. But actually, tonight's show was not brought to you by you. It was, but it's not. It's brought to you by my friends over at Chirp Change. Now, you go to chirpchange.io and find out more about them. When every time Donald Trump tweets, you get to give to a cause that you care about. Chirpchange.io. And I've announced them a couple times tonight because I want them to know that I'm happy to work with folks who want to support the show. And I just want to do my best to do good business. And that's all. So go to chirpchange.io and find out what it's about. Support a charity, anyone you like, from the list of a great list of charities. That's all I got, guys. This show ain't brought to you by the DNC. It's not brought to you by the GOP. It's not brought to you by RT. It's brought to you by you and me. That's it. So if you like what you have been getting, even on that, I prefer not be coming down with a cold, but if you like what you're getting, go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. You can find it on my description box somewhere below. Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, man, you guys keep me going, and I hope you know where my heart is, and that's all I can ask for. And if you don't believe I can't convince you. I'm like Stringer Bell, man, in The Wire. Well, you know, he did all the talking he could do. He's like, you know, because Omar, you know, boy Marlo was going to kill him. And he's like, well, looks like nothing I could say going to change you fellas' mind. Well, get on with it then. Then they shot him, so that wasn't a good ending. But you remember, it was a very climactic moment in the show. All right, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, Saturday. All right, happy weekend. Have a great weekend. Please, nobody, absolutely nobody, man. Everybody drive safe. Drive defensively. Look out for the dummies on the road. There are a lot of dummies on the road. Look out for them. I want you in one piece, all right? And I wish you the best. Ain't nothing but love for you. All my wolf pack all the way around, because at the end of the day,
you gonna eat your cornbread.
We all want to eat our cornbread, all right? We all want to eat our cornbread. It's important for us to eat our cornbread. When I say cornbread, if you are new, what I mean, whatever's important to you, all right? We all want to maintain our ethics. We want to maintain our beliefs. We want to fight for what we believe in. And we want a better country. We want a better state, city, community. We want better, okay? So we want to eat our cornbread. That's right. But there are people who want to take.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
They want to take our cornbread. We cannot allow them to take our cornbread. That is against our credo. So we have to stand up for what we believe in. We have to stand up for others, because the taking of another's cornbread is just like the taking of our own. It matters, man. Injustice to one is an injustice to all. They can't be selling people in Libya, and you be like, okay, well, man, shoot, man, I live in Louisiana. They ain't selling people. No. And injustice to one is an injustice to all. All right?
Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
The way it works is if we don't stand up for the people in Yemen, the starving children in Yemen. We got starving children in Yemen. It's enough to break your heart, man. This world, man. My mama Jehovah's Witness, she been telling me forever. She's like, this world coming to an end, baby. I'm like, go ahead, Mom. We always had earthquakes. Go ahead, Mom. We always had tornadoes. Time something bad happens, it's just coming to an end. Come on, Ma. You know the wildfires. They happen, Ma. She been telling me that my entire life. But some of the garbage, some of the stuff I'm seeing, man, it's just shit. It's life sucking. It's energy draining. It's just so disgusting. It's so horrific. It's like, hey, great. So you got to take your weekend and do some smiling and have some fun with the family and clear your mind. And I don't know what you do to relax, stay safe, but come back from Jamaica, baby. Come back from Jamaica, baby. Don't stay all day now. Come on back now. Need you to come back from Jamaica. Come back to reality with me, because I'm gonna need you in the fight. We can't just play Xbox, forget everything. We gotta come back and regroup. All right? We don't throw people away. We don't throw them away. We help them. We fix them. Help them if they want to be helped. We got to have big hearts. Because if we don't have big hearts, if we ain't serious about what we're doing, and we aren't willing to bounce back, and we aren't willing to come back and fight again the next day, well, you know how it goes.
It's going to be consequences and repercussions.
Well, it's going to be consequences and repercussions. Shout out to everybody who's tuned into this show tonight. Shout out to my friend Momo Pineno, my man Iron Man R, Stephanie Chateau, my friend The Truth Can't Be Silenced, no more donations, Bruce calling, Anambi, everybody, Ermelinda, everyone who called up, man, thank you so much for hitting us up, Cosmo Vinegar, the whole crew, everyone. I'm sorry if I missed anyone. You guys are the backbone, Vita. Welcome back, Vita. You guys are the backbone of this show. Freedom Friday is for you, and I applaud you. And that is it, y'all. I'll see you guys on the next one. And like they always say,
let's sprinkle some crack on them and get out of here.
Don't argue with them. Sprinkle some facts on them and get out of there. We go.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am.
Thank you. People on iTunes.
Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com.
Thank you, iTunes people. Don't forget, guys, this is available on podcast at iTunes. Tim Black Show.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Bye, baby.
Bye, Felicia.
And shout out, rest in peace, to the iconic Della Reese.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on.